Hi everybody, so today I'm going to attempt to make a shaker vinyl cover for a pocket size ring bound planner that I wanted to try because I've seen a few like shaker covers. I've seen tutorials on how to do them with laminate, but I tried and it just didn't work out. I didn't like the way it felt, the way it, I just didn't like it. So I figured let me try a small size so I don't waste a lot of material here, and this is the size of pocket ring bound, and down below I have links to where I get stuff. So if this works out like I planned, then you'll be watching this, and so if you're watching right now, that means it worked out. So I'm assuming, first off, I do have this scrap which I turned into a template for myself. I need a new one because I've been stitching on it and everything. But for now I just kept this. I've been trying to make templates for my covers, so it's easier because I keep making so many. But my measurements are 9 by 5.5, and I want to make sure that that's true because sometimes it's not. Yeah, 9, 5.5. So I have to have enough material to, I need 2 pieces because since I'm making a shaker, I'm going to sew it, and you're not going to see that part on here because I'm still working with that. And this part has adhesive, so I'm also going to be testing out my glue gun thing, which I showed you. I hauled a small bottle of glue gun and this thing, which has this thing you push down with some kind of dauber or something like a cotton, and I'm going to be using that to clean this up before I sew it. But I've cut a piece, this is like a really long piece of vinyl from JoAnns. I have this giant roll because it comes off of a giant spool, and I got it with a half-off coupon, so I think I picked up 2 yards so that I would have enough for a while. And so I just cut a strip that's big enough to do, like a big planner or a couple of small ones this way. And sometimes they're messed up, like I had to cut off another piece off of this because it had some dents on it, but I'm keeping it because you could still make like bows or something out of it. So I'm going to use this so that I can get enough material here, and I think I can get 2 from the one. So we're just going to cut off here a piece bigger than I need, and then I'm going to cut 2 that are the right size, sew them together, leaving the top open for my shaker material. And I haven't decided what I'm going to use yet. This comes with this paper, so I'm just going to cut that off. And I still got, and this is just a piece of this giant roll. Excuse me. And hopefully I can get this done before I have to go. Today I have to go out before 3 for a, it's kind of like an interview, but it's within the company that I work for, because my shop, not my shop, the store I work for, the particular store that I'm in, is talking about closing that store and tearing it down and rebuilding. So everyone's going to get relocated if you don't find your own place to go to. Of course, not every store is going to need help, so I put in for a couple of transfers in the area, and this one that I'm going to go see now, they need a cake decorator, so I'm going to meet the 2 store managers. I already know the 2 bakery managers there, but they want me to meet the store manager, just a meeting, really, not really. I call it a interview because they do want to talk, ask questions, and see if they even want me there. So yeah, anyway, so now we're going to cut 2 pieces, and I'm just going to I don't know if it's going to fit in my cutter, so we're going to see. I think I can put this in. Yeah, okay. I actually prefer using this. I'm going to cut them down, and then I'm going to clean that adhesive off. So I'm going to line up this one side because this side is actually straight. I'm not going to line up the top or the bottom. Double check that there's enough on both sides to work with. And then now what I'm going to do is even it out. On the top and the bottom here is fine, so we're going to even out this side. Make it straight. And then I'm going to, okay, so now I'm going to cut the size that I need. Okay, which is 9. I'm going to take this out. Make sure that's on the 9. If it's a little bit more, it's okay, because sometimes I end up having to trim some more later on, because maybe my material shifted when I was sewing or something. So now that's 9 inches. Get rid of that piece, and you can actually, if this might be wide enough to make a little bow out of if you want to. So now we're going to turn it and then cut off the top, and that was 5.5. So now we're going to do 5.5 here. I'm going to pass the line a hair. Cut that. Okay, so now I have 1, and at this point, if you're not going to make it a shaker, this is all we need for a cover. But since I'm going to make a shaker, we need another piece. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. And find the straight side that I had cut, and it's this one. So we need, this time I'm just going to go ahead and cut the 5.5 down. Since I already got that, we're just going to cut that, passing it by a hair. No, you know what, let me do this. I don't want to mess up. I'm going to straighten out the shorter side and then do that. Turn it around, that way I can go against this and get to my 5.5, a little bit like a hair bigger. Cut that, and now turn and do the 9-inch side. Again, I had it just past the line, and there we go. So again, these little strips you can still make some bows out of. Alright, so we should have equal sizes here. Yep. So let's take out my mats. Lately this is what I've been using. And I'm going to clean the adhesive. Oh gosh. My paper towels are way back there. To bring it down. Oh, I'll get it later. So, my intentions with the glue gun thingy. Let me just cut. Alright, let's see if this works. So this is for the nail polish, right? And I actually have a bigger one that I actually use for nail polish, and it works great. So, just got to get it going. Okay, there we go. See, I think I put too much, but that's okay. And just going to clean any adhesive that's on here. It's already off. See, perfect. And I got a clean one to wipe it down. And it doesn't come off completely, so I might want to use a little bit of a cleaner. Yeah, so it still leaves a little bit of like a greasy residue, so I'm still going to need a cleaner on this to get it, the residue off. And I know there's some right there. Still going to use that same one. I don't think I need more, but if I do, there's actually tape on there, that's why. Okay, let's carefully remove the tape. That's why it's not coming off. I'm just carefully taking it off. And I used to have that other stuff, that the undo. You know what? I didn't like it. I tried it out. You pour some of it and it lifts off your stuff, but I did not like it at all. It just made a big mess. Okay, that's gone. I think I got it all, so I'm just going to wipe it off since it's on there. See, that worked just like I wanted. Perfect. Okay. Make sure it's gone. You don't really want any sticky stuff on there. So I'm going to pause for a second and get a cleaner. I have some in my kitchen. So that I guess I'm going to have to grab like from the Dollar Tree, get one of those little spray bottles, or maybe another one like this to put cleaner in to get the greasy residue off. Okay, so I put some on my towel here, and we're just going to clean that off. It does come off. It's one of those kitchen cleaners, like all-purpose kitchen cleaner kind of thing, and it's meant for grease, you know, in the kitchen, so it's perfect. Alright, so I'm going to make sure it's not wet because that'll keep things in there from moving. Make sure that there's no, see, I got some more adhesive here. Oh no, that's a scratch. See, there's a little scratch there, but that's okay. Alright, so I think we're good. It's all dry. Plus the glue gun will clean any adhesive that's on your mat too. Alright, so now what we need to do is, let's see, we are going to sew this together. I'm going to sew it on 3 sides. I'm not going to round my corners yet. And make sure it's clean. Then I'm going to, I think what I'm going to do is mark my holes where the things are going to be, and then I'm going to sew it down here. That's something I've never done, so that my sequin stuff doesn't go and shift in different places, just stays on the covers. I am going to put it in both sides. I don't know if I'm going to put it in the middle. Probably not, because I think that would mess the mechanism up. No, it won't, because the mechanism's on the outside. So in order to get these to stay together, we are going to use some washi. And another reason why, to keep the adhesive handy, sometimes the washi does not come completely off of this. And I realized I'm not going to use this one. Now this is a donut dispenser from Dollar Tree. These do work with washi, but this stuff, even though it seems like it's not going to stick, really sticks hard to vinyl. So what I'm going to use is a different one. This one here, maybe. Let's see. No, this one. This one here comes off easier, but if I do get some that sticks, I could use my glue gun, so I have that close by. So we're going to use this to hold it, and we're going to sew over it. It's no big deal. I did that with my last one. So we are going to hold it in a few different places. One in the middle here. Don't really need that much, but enough to hold on to when you want to pull it off. One on the top or the sides, and then one over here. So hopefully this works out, because I think it's going to be really cute. And I don't know what kind of sequence mix I want to use yet, because I don't know what's going to go inside. Normally I do this 2 at a time, but I really don't want to waste material, so we're only going to do 1. If it works, I'm going to do a second one, or 2 more. I could probably keep this one. Now, should I put tape? I don't think I need to tape the top here. Okay, so hopefully that'll stay in place when I sew around everything. And what I'm going to do is sew, I'm not going to sew the top at all. I was going to go in a little bit, maybe just a little. We'll see. And then do the center. So you're not going to see me sewing. But the only thing I could tell you with the sewing machine, first off, I have a brother. One of the simplest ones that they had. I've had it for 5 years maybe. I'm still learning it, but I had somebody help me out to find out like what to use. Now, I haven't, since the settings and I've changed needles, I haven't used just the clear vinyl, so I'm just assuming it's going to work. But I do have a needle for jeans. I do have a walking foot on there, and the settings, I can't tell you what they are because my machine's not labeled. It only gives me, there's only numbers on all those knobs, so I don't know what I have it set to. So yeah, so when it comes to sewing, I can't help you there. So I'm gonna pause, bring out my sewing machine, and sew it together. And I've been using just plain old white thread. Oh, and I have a special thread in there too for that, which I don't know what it's called, but I'll come back and hopefully remember to tell you. Okay, I'm back. The brand of thread that I'm using is called Gutterman, and supposedly this machine is picky about what kind of thread we use, so I messed up, but I'm gonna keep on going. I was doing great sewing, but then see, I'm still working on those turns. It just went shoot, and then over here I turned too soon, so I had to undo that because that was just too far down. But I left openings on the tops, so now we're just going to ignore the messes, the mistakes. My stitching is pretty good though. It's nice and far apart with the settings that I have. You know, only issue is once you make those holes with the needle, they don't go away. You still will see them. So let's go ahead and mark our holes. This way I can get an idea. And I'm going to bring out also one of the rings. So let's just get everything even all the way around. Carefully. I don't want anything to move. So it's going to go here. And just so I don't forget, I'm going to go ahead and make my holes now. And we're going to take off the tape as well. So I used the smallest setting on here. Whoa, that's not right. There we go. Now this is going to be hard. I can't make any more marks on this because it's clear. It's not going to get covered up. You're going to see all that. But let's take off this stuff here. So this one should come off easier than the other one. We're just going to peel it all off. And the longer you leave this tape, I realized, the harder it gets to remove. Okay, and then the side that didn't come off, we just go peel that off as well. We won't need tape again. Let's see. This is where I start. I usually start like in the middle, so I went over it a couple times. Okay, there's a little piece still left there. Let's see if I could use my tweezers. No, actually, I'm just gonna carefully lift that. There we go. And one more. Okay. So here's my issue. This is where I have an issue here, because when you close this, it buckles. So that's why I'm thinking we need to sew on the sides, and hopefully that doesn't happen. So we're going to try that out, but let me break out some rings here. And I do have this listed down below where I find them through Ally. I just want to see like where I'm going to sew here, and then I have my little screw things that go with that in here. So yeah, I'm going to put these in just so it holds long enough just to shoot. It's a nice tight fit. Okay. Now I can place that on here and kind of, I know, washi. We're going to use some tape to mark where to sew. A long piece. And this way I'm going to sew within that. So, keep it straight like there. and then I'm going to sew inside of that line. Let me zoom in. Hold on. A little bit. So this is just giving me a line on each side. I'm trying to even it. Double check. This one's not that straight. Stay down. Okay, so I'm going to sew within these lines that I made here. Take this out. And we'll see if that works, because I don't like that bulging effect. So I'm going to pause it again. We're just going to sew within the lines. Okay, so I am back, and I did not do this even at all. This side I just got too close. But again, this is my test run, and I do not want to try to record how to do this again. So we're just going to take this off. I'm going to put this on my sewing machine in case I need it again. I might need it for the second one I do. Take it off, and it left a little adhesive on there, so if it doesn't come off, oh no, that's that scratch. It's weird. Alright, so let's see. So it only buckles, it doesn't buckle as much, but it doesn't bend either too well. So I'm guessing you would have to make it bend a little more. So we have that, right? And then of course this is going to go in here. So let's try this. I think in the end I'm going to put it in this direction so I don't have to see that mess that I have here. So let's go ahead and fill this up with stuff. My stitches are getting undone there, but that's okay. We're going to sew it all up again and see what we get. Alright, let's get the spoon. I got my little Dollar Tree spoon here, and I'll do pink, all pink. But this right here, I don't know how well this is going to move around in there. So let's just open it up. I don't know why they don't seal these bags. I know they got this on here, but they're not sealed, and that's why I always find stuff. So this might just stick, but I really do want to use it. So I need a jar for this. It's gonna fall and it's gonna make a mess. I'm gonna put it on the side and then just throw it in there carefully. So you fill it like any shaker. Alright, that's it for that, and I'm going to tape this up with my washi so it doesn't fall. And now I'm going to use some of this, and these are from they are from Tuesday Morning. So this is like a iridescent, really shiny, sparkly stuff. I don't want to use too much. So I don't think it's going to matter that it buckles a little bit because we're putting stuff in here, so it gives that little bit of space for things to move. This has hearts in it too. Wow, I didn't even know that. At least I saw one. They got little hearts in there. Right now these are like this still because I don't have room in the actual storage that I use, but normally I empty these out in my other things. If you watched my room tour, you know what I'm talking about. But this one's called Bridal Sequence. This one's called Princess Craft Sequence, and this one is called Blush Craft Sequence. And both of these, or all three, have the hearts in there. like this one. This has got like one big stack. You gotta break them up sometimes. What time is it? It's already 12. I still got time. So I'm going to try to shake it up a bit before I seal it all. Maybe get my spoon in there, move things around. Because once you close it, it's harder to really get stuff moving around. At least with regular shakers, but... Okay, so I'm going to pause again to seal this. Hopefully the stuff doesn't just lay on the bottom like it is right now. So if it does, what I'm going to do is open it up, bottle these mix together, and save it for another day. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I am back. It might have been a good idea to tape the top maybe to keep things in, but I held it as I was sewing so that, you know, in case I shook it and the stuff came out. I'm probably going to come back and re-sew like just the top part and the bottom part, just so the stitches don't come undone there, because I didn't really go back and forth like I normally do. Hopefully this works. We'll see. So now let's try to get this stuff moving and get it all spread out. Up to now it looks fine. And now we're going to cut these corners because I don't like sharp corners. We'll put the rings in and see if it works. I got to get some elastic for the strap and see how well it, you know, actually opens and closes. This is really a mess job. As you can see, this corner sucks. Even here, my second time around was fine. I might just unstitch that, but you'll still see the hole. So this is not one that's going to go in the shop until I perfect it. But if you can sew better than I can, which I'm sure you can. Okay, so it's actually closing pretty good. I like the way that is. Although the this stuff here seems to stick a little more, but you can still see it, and I can actually go the other way too if I wanted to. Maybe I will. Where's that bad corner? It's this one, because the flakes are sticking to this side and I want to see more of the sequins. Okay, so let's put it together. I think it'll work out. As long as you sew better than I do, you'll be fine. You do need a screwdriver, a flathead, and I keep one handy. And then the two things that go with this. So you get your rings, and then you get the backing, and then two screws that go in there, which I think are these. And then we're going to need elastic, which I got to put that in first. Let's see, I think white will be good. This is also linked down below. It's from Amazon. I forgot the millimeter, but I have it linked linked down below. So someone on YouTube, a Planet Person, said they measure by just layering their string and then going about an inch on each side. So I'm going to try that without measurements. I think it'll work. And then make a knot. Of course, it might be too short now that I think about it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to test it out with my inserts in my other planner. So let's see if that's good. So we decided we're going to go this way, right? Yeah. Try to pinch that. Okay. No. Did I do it wrong? Yeah, I did it wrong. It was the other way. you got to go from the inside out. Now another thing you could do is put like a piece of paper in there, a coordinating paper, maybe glitter paper, which we could have done, but didn't think about it at the time till now, to cover up the mechanism, because you are going to see that. And this particular one is not that pretty on this side, but oh well. Hey, that's a good fit. So we're just going to tighten that up now and cut off the excess. And now install our mechanism with the bigger piece on the back. We'll go through our holes here. Okay, it's nice and tight, and then we're going to put this on and screw in the other piece. Very easy to do. Like I said, very easy to do if it stays put. Come here. Is it straight? I don't know. I don't think it's straight. Nope, it's not straight. There you go. Okay. Got one in. Let's do the other one. Now I probably will put an adhesive pocket on the back cover, this side, but not on the front one. Get in there. Okay. Alright, so we are on. Here's our, oh my god, it's so cute. So it worked. So that means you're watching this because it worked out. And now I have, and it's on both sides, a shaker planner. Ah! So let's go ahead and put the inserts. Let me pause for a second and get this machine out of the way. I whacked my camera when I did that. And, whoops. Let's see. Oh, I love how that came out. So next time it's going to be a little more perfected. I'm going to make 2 for the shop. Let's take all this out. This is going to be my new cover if it works. So, and I'm going to change out everything. When you have as much as I do inside, you know what, I'm going to toss that. I'm going to make a new one. I might just make shakers out of this material since I've got so much. But when you have a lot, you want to put half in one side and half in the other because there's so much in mine. This is going to match perfectly in here. So, and I have all these digitals in my shop. You can check it out. And inserts, all kinds of goodies. I can line them up. Yeah. So, yay! There you go. So I have a new planner cover. You can't, because it's all sewn together and there's stuff in there, there's no buckling like I was, afraid of. With the laminated version that I had seen and tried, let's change this out. There is buckling involved. Let's just put this white one for now. My Ray Dunn one. Just, kitties can go another day. Oh, it's so cute and so shiny and sparkly, and look, you can still see through. So I am going to put, maybe I don't need a pocket, I know I have a whole bunch of stuff in these pockets, but yeah, I will put one. Let me just do that now so you can see. I have the Target Dollar Spot pockets, which I have not seen in the stores lately. But hopefully they'll bring them back now. With being in summertime, they're going to have the back to school stuff, and during back to school and spring cleaning is when I usually see them. So if I do, I will pick up more. Let's see. Hopefully this one's not too big for that. I think it's just gonna fit just right. Hey, don't chew on my string. Miss Haley is trying to chew on the thread on my sewing machine. So, and they've always got different kinds of packaging, but these are the ones from Target, $3 usually. And they stick great to vinyl because it's vinyl, but it's just kind of make sure that it's flattened out. And I don't want to see bubbles. There we go. So if I don't have anything in that pocket, I can still see all of the shaker stuff. But I do want to put stuff in here, like maybe this. This I might stick that on there. So there's my pocket filled, and now this got chunkier again. Oh, I love it. All right, so if you're watching this, except for how uneven that came out. All right, that's too loose. If you're watching, that means this worked out, and you're probably gonna see them in the shop if they're not already in the shop. There we go. That works. That was gifted to me. I think it's Daiso also. Or should I put this guy? No, he's too big. Sorry, but I'm having fun with this now. So you're probably going to see these kind of covers in the shop, and I will be making, stop falling, this size with that. So now that I know I can, and just got to rectify my problems here. Okay, now we are complete. Yay! It's so chunky. Okay, great. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye now.